The world is a global village. Let's talk to Bayonle Arashi, who joins me all the way from Houston, Texas. Hello, Bayo. How are you?
I'm very good. Good morning. It's my pleasure being here, and it's good to see you again after a while.
You know about the time zone. It's afternoon here. It's morning there. That is how the world goes around.
I decided, okay, what can I do? So I spoke with a friend of mine that did not have a very good career in football in Ghana. Like, I'm thinking of starting a football club. You know, that was what I call it then. And then I discovered academy was the right word. So we started with a few players, and then we started training. And then before we know it, year after, we went for a tournament in Europe, in Germany, and we won the tournament. And, you know, and I'm like, okay, I think there's more to this game, more than just playing and just practicing with boys. There's a business side of it. So that was how I started loving the game and falling more in love with it, and started learning more on how much impact one can make in the game of football. So basically, that's how I got involved in the game player. The number one thing, as I always say, is the talent. Everybody wants to become the next Messi, the next Ronaldo, the next Pogba, name it, the next Osimhen now for Nigeria. Let me use that, as he's the biggest brand that we have out there. But these guys have something going for them. And they had a process. Go and follow the story of Osimhen. There was a Nigeria footballer. He did a short documentary on Osimhen. He went to his home where he grew up, and people were telling the story of how this young man struggled every day, even when he lost his mom and all that. So many of our young people these days, especially our teenagers, don't understand what it involves in playing football. And that's why our roadmap to a successful football career was authored by me to, like, okay, let people understand this. And I really, really hope people will have opportunity and time to read about it and get to understand how things work.
I know you're passionate about young people. You've dealt with young people. There are a lot of them who fall prey to unsuspecting scammers. You know, most of them are unsuspecting. They fall prey to scammers rather. And most of the agents that we see nowadays, some of them ask for money from players or their parents. Some of them do all sort of shady things. I know you have an experience, a personal experience that you would like to share in terms of how some of these things happen.
Experience for people out there to really understand that there is no fast way to achieving this. I repeat, it is a process. Personal. I'm very, very personal about it. And that is why I feel the best way to really make it official for people out there is to write a book. Because how else can you make such thing official? You cannot do a movie about it now. People might not watch. So write a book about it that not only this generation can read, but every generation to come behind them, that these are the steps to take to really play football. So let me say it out there categorically. Do not, as a professional or amateur player, pay anyone, nobody, for them to organize a trial for you. It does not happen anywhere. If you are good enough, the first thing you must possess is your talent. It is very, very important. Don't lie to yourself. If you don't have the talent of playing football, which many of them don't, you can learn a trade. But if you're still so much in love with the game, you can still do something around this game. You can become a coach, for example. You can go to the National Institute of Sport. That school is there for you every year to become a coach, a certified coach, and start earning little money by coaching an academy. Or who knows, you can become a coach for a professional football club. You can become a scout and start scouting for football clubs, both in Nigeria and overseas. You can identify a talent. You can become a physio. You can go to school, become a doctor, and help football players. There are so many other things you can do. You can become a fashion designer. You start sewing jerseys for clubs to sell. There are so many things you can do, but do not lie to yourself. This is what I think the major problem is. Everybody wants to play, but they do not want to go through the foundation and through the process of really making this happen for them. So that's one of the things I think is the major challenge. So we need to keep putting it out there that there is no system in the world, Nobody is going to organize trial for you and say, okay, pay me money and let me organize trial for you at Arsenal. It's a lie. Take it from me, it's a big lie. If anybody is interested in you, they are to invest in you. You are the asset, not the other way around. You are the asset. You must always realize that. So if you have your talent, if you are playing for a team, because that's the next thing you have to do, you have to join a team regardless of how bad you think that team is. You must be associated with an organization in your country that can say, okay, this guy plays for me, this lady plays for me. So there's so much more to it, but let you have the floor again.
Oh, how do we make sure that it translates to development, proper development for football in Nigeria?
Well, that is, I think I answered this question a few days ago when I was on a live show in the UK, that it's something that is generic. The federal government, not even the federal government now, the federal government has done that by themselves by making sure our football is independent. And that's why we have a football federation. Nigeria Football Federation is responsible for this particular thing solely, right? What they have to do is to create a system whereby our player can evolve from a player just playing from the street to making sure that they have the numbers of official football academies in the country or in each state by partnering with each football association from every state. Give us the amount of football teams that you have in your city. And then they will now streamline it down to say, okay, officially, these are the ones that can really have a program for players. Maybe we can have 5 in the entire Lagos state. If Lagos state have 5 standard football academies, that is bringing out 3-4 players every year, very good players. Nigeria should be able to win every championship from under 17 to up the national team or up to the Super Eagles if we have the right system in place. To answer your question, most of our people that own academies now, they are politicians, right? And some of them have genuine interest, but they don't understand how the business is run. But at least they are doing something. The likes of Osimhen came out of football academy. The likes of Chukwueze came out of football academy. The likes of the Nwakali brothers, they came out of a football academy. Kelechi Iheanacho came out of a football academy, even though there was some controversy over his own transfer move. So, but you can see that there is actually like a process. It's looking good for us right now than the way it used to be in the past. But we need more people on board to really come in and help and invest in this area. So that's the little I can share regarding that.
You're based in the US and your academy is right here in Nigeria. How do you manage this to make sure that things are working? How do you manage it,
I mean, you said at the beginning of your show, the world is a global village. Number one, I have a very strong team. I must give them all the credit. I have a very strong team. The coaches are very, very loyal. They are very professional. The staff are very professional. And the players see that we actually have plans for them, that our plan is genuine, and that we are telling them the truth. So they have no choice than to say, okay, I think we want to stick with this football academy. So if you're out there, come join Midas Football Academy, and you'll be glad. Make sure, as you say, you're running off, you get a copy of Roadmap to a Successful Football Career. Is at Apple Bookstore in Nigeria, and then you will be glad you did. It's a great guidebook to guide you towards your career.
All right. Thank you very much, Bayo, for your